Do 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 do. Hey everybody! It is Sunday, as you can see. Did I catch you
I
off
didn't.
guard?
No, I didn't. I didn't know if it was a duet. I didn't know if I was supposed to be. I didn't prepare a song, but yeah, I wasn't sure. Just start freestyling.
I started with gum in my mouth. Please excuse me. Sorry, but anywho, tonight I have a special guest by the name of Chris Knight.
Hello.
Hey,
How is everybody doing? Can I hear me?
they can hear you.
I feel like what's the one with Will Ferrell? So I don't know what to do with my hands.
Weatherman.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
I don't know.
Wait,
what to
is
do
that
with
the
my hands
Anchor
right
Man
now.
or something
I think
like
it might
that?
have been Anchorman.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's how it feels. I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome.
It's fantastic.
It's
hot
like
out.
it's very hot. And it is a real pleasure. I'm happy to have you on. You know, we did a show together already before, and that was awesome. I liked, having you on. At that time, you were only doing the average addict,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So a lot has happened with Chris. We're going to start a little bit with his background and what he came from. And then we'll start talking about what you have going on now and why we have this handsome young man sitting next to us. Go ahead.
You want me to start with the story now?
Yeah, I want to start with your
All right. So
story.
the story starts like most stories from the beginning. All right. It was dark. It was scary. No, I'm just kidding. No, so my
That
name's
womb.
Chris. Yeah, you got to start it with a certain level of intensity. So my name's Chris Knight. I guess I can kind of not breeze through it, but just at certain points. I was raised in a drug lifestyle. My mother was an addict. She overdosed and passed away when I was in Iraq. I left for the army in 2005 when I had a son. Uh, Amazing career in the army. Stayed away from substances as much as I could. Till about my final year, the combination of hating my job, alcohol, and an abundance of pills from an injury I took first tour in Iraq
Okay.
led me to a suicide attempt.
Mm.
So it's plagued me my entire life. You know what I mean? To a certain, just a couple years of kind of finding another passion, which at that time was cage fighting and so on and so forth. Right.
Okay.
So after that, I got out of the military and basically beeline directly back for drugs one more time. You know, I came back and it seemed like every friend that I had was still doing the same thing. You know, and I fell directly back into that. My doctor had taken me off pain pills relatively quickly, a lot quicker than I would have liked.
Right.
So it went to buying $20 Roxy's and all that sort of stuff. And you hear that same story all the time until someone said you can get heroin for $10.
Mm.
Right, right onto the heroin. I met somebody, my daughter's mother. She ended up passing away. After that, I had two options: tailspin completely out of control, or take that as a sign to
Get it together.
get it together. I did not go with that option whatsoever.
Right.
So I tailspun out of control to the point that I didn't recognize myself at all, not even a little bit, right? So I managed to go to rehab 3 times. The third time was successful because I realized the issue was perspective. It was how I viewed not just drugs and addiction, but everything. From the way I cope with problems to the way I view issues, essentially everything. And knowing that rehab wasn't going to fix me, not rehab in and of itself,
Okay.
but the tools it would give me, when implemented correctly, would help. And it did. I mentioned the military thing and finding a different passion for this reason. Around that time after rehab, I knew I had to find something else to do. Right? I had to find another passion. I'm an old man now. I don't know if I can curse on it or not. But I'm an old man now, an old ass man now. So I couldn't go back to cage fighting.
Right.
And so that was out. Cage fighting's out. So I decided to grab a camera, which I've never done. I've never recorded anything. I've never done a live, nothing, and told a story. That was it.
Right.
Told a story. I edited it the only way that made sense to me, put it out. And it popped off. People enjoyed it. So it kept going, kept going. I ended up doing a live for the first time in my life. After that live, I think we're at 1.5 thousand views.
Yeah.
Did another one, say 2.5. Did another one, it's 3.2. And that's what segued into the At Least I'm Average vlog. And then my followers are the average addicts.
Yes.
So
your story really has helped a lot of people. You know, I've been watching you now since what was that, January?
Yes, ma'am.
That was January. And from that time till now, I still see people who rave about how you help them stay off of drugs. You have some people who are honest. They come back and on and off. One minute, they might be like, I fell off and started getting high again, but thank you for still being here for me. So it's like it's it's wonderful that you are an anchor for them. As far as with the average addicts, now with the new transition of your career with photography, how are you able to put that much of a commitment into average addicts now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I fell back a bit for personal reasons as well as professional reasons. I never wanted to be. Let me rewind. The reason my followers are my followers, right, and they're still there, is because they know I don't bullshit them, right? So everything has its place. So you have the people that'll get on all the time and say, "Hug yourself," give your shadow a fucking high five, whatever, right? You deserve love and all that sort of stuff. I get on there and smoke cigarettes and say, cut it the fuck out, and that's that,
Right.
And people are receptive to it because it's honest, So they'll contact me and say they relapsed or say whatever, and we actually have a conversation. That's why they're around, and that's why they're really riding for me no matter what,
Right.
No matter what I do, and I already knew that. So for personal reasons, I knew I couldn't give that much energy, as much as usual, right? And I wouldn't have been an asset. Like we did one live where I probably looked like I was halfway close to suicide. Like I was so depressed, it was unreal.
See,
and like I'm on the live, and they could see that. So I have people writing me like, "Hey, just fall back. We're here. Just calm down." So fell back a little bit, regrouped, and then photography came around, right? This man right here is a guy that I've respected. I don't know if we said his name or not. Pretty sure we did. Vaughn Carter. This guy's been doing photography since I was in high school, right? And I've always respected his work, and I've always considered him like the gold standard of photography, right? So following his career for so many years, I decided to go take a photo,
right?
And I took another one. And I took another one. And now I go look at those photos and they all suck. But they all suck. That was about 2 months ago or so, right?
Okay.
They're all terrible. But to watch the progression from sucking terribly to sitting to the left of a guy that I admired for years, it's huge for me. And the fact that, and it's something I've always said from the beginning, that if you just cut the drugs out, find something you love and apply yourself.
Let that be your addiction. Let that be your thrill.
Exactly. You can make anything happen. I think I said that the first show. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can make anything happen. So I picked up the phone, iPhone 6, took a couple pictures with that, 2 months later, sitting next to this man, which is an honor. I'm getting published in the fall edition to iPhone Life magazine.
Oh.
So yeah, that's not bad.
That's what's up. No, it's not bad.
In 2 months. And I shoot everything and edit everything on a phone.
Everything you do, you go hard in. That's why I keep contact with you. You give me motivation to keep up at things. I mean, one of the things that is amazing, like you did music before. Your whole start into this entertainment was in music. Do you ever think about trying to go back doing beats?
Absolutely not. Ever in my life. No.
Why?
I was never a producer. I was an audio engineer.
Okay.
So I started off rapping in high school, right? And everybody did. Everybody rapped. But nobody had money for a studio.
Right.
Not consistently. So I got a job at Texas Roadhouse for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Got, I think, a $300 paycheck. I went and bought a digital 4-track recorder. It's the Yamaha MD4, I think it's called. They don't even make it anymore. But I bought it. And I got robbed for it.
Oh, shit.
After getting robbed, we went to Rent-A-Center and got a computer, a PC, and downloaded Acid Pro onto it, a free program. And that's where I started engineering music, if you want to call it engineering back then.
What's the difference between, I thought the producer and the engineer were the same.
No, I don't think so. The producer.
It doesn't have to be. The producer can be just the person who comes in and says, I have an idea. I want it to sort of sound like this, and then you can have an engineer who is the guy who knows how.
That's behind on the table.
He's like, okay, is this what you're talking about? That I want it to go up timber or whatever.
Oh, so I'm a producer then. I just learned a new title for myself today. I'm a producer. Yeah, look at that.
I believe we're in your show right now, right?
Oh, he passed him the mic too.
Oh, I believe we're in your production now, right?
Right. That's very true. That's very true.
So you're just like anybody else, Puffy and all the rest of them.
Yes, you know what? I'm dead serious. Ding, a light bulb should have came over top of my head. I really had a realization I am a producer.
Yes, you are.
That's awesome. See, Chris, double high five. We always get.
Go ahead and get it.
Yes, one more. Yes. Give me another title. But no, back to you though. I see. It's funny that people get out of music and they never want to come back into this industry. And it's good to see that you did find other crafts like that. Back to the average addicts, really quick. It's good that you had that as your therapy. That's how I look at that. You chose to pick up that phone and become your own therapist, which transitioned you into being other people's therapist. So now with doing a photography, what is your fans' response to that?
They're never going anywhere. You know what I mean? And a friend of mine, Seth Whitted, a guy that's been with me from the gate. You know, he's another good guy to check out on Facebook. I'll plug him right there. Go check out Seth Whitted. He's working on a whole lot of. I don't know what he doesn't want me to talk about, but fantastic creator. But him and I had this discussion. He was saying basically that I had lost all my momentum. You know, that it's all gone, and when I come back, I'm gonna have to never take a day off for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And I told him I highly doubted that.
Right.
I highly doubted. Right. And he's wrong. As soon as I got on there and said, "How's everybody doing?" Bam, everyone's
right back
there.
up. They want to see.
They're supportive, right?
They want to know what's going on. Are you okay? What you doing?
And
how you been?
The reason is because it was never really about the show, right? That's the platform, but it's about the person. You know what I mean? Like I never got out, and you know what I'm talking about. I never got out and just put on a production, right? And was not never socialized with my followers. You know, right? Remember, I first started saying I'll respond to everybody's comments.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many it is.
When we had like
really
30 comments, right?
Yes.
And then the one live, I think we ended up with like 586.
Yes.
I went through every single one, didn't copy and paste anything, and had an actual discussion with everybody.
Right.
See what I mean? So it's the person. Now I have a lot of people that I socialize with, you know, that are quote unquote my followers, but they're my friends as well.
Right.
You know, so I knew they weren't going anywhere. They completely get why I backed up. Also, I got the thing we talked about before that I can't talk about, but it's huge, right? And it's funny to always say that. Like I have this thing coming up, but I can't tell you what it is. You know,
but it is huge, y'all. It's really like, you know, it was amazing to see you do some of them radio interviews. You did. Didn't you go to Atlanta?
No, I did. The one station was in Atlanta.
But you didn't have to go. You just did it. Okay. Yeah.
And then I did M2 The Rock for iHeartRadio.
Yes.
I did that.
Yeah, that was deep. I like that. And I love how they picked it up and ran with it. You know, they didn't pick it up and try to run you down. They picked it up and was like, look, this is a movement. We need to stick on to this. We want to be done with the opioids. Here's a person that's going to help us. You were open about it. You literally opened yourself up to the whole world and told them, like, this is me.
Yeah.
Like,
I had no idea there was even a recovery community online.
Right.
I had no clue. All I did was a video and posted it. You know, I had no idea.
Right.
And being that I had no idea that it even existed, there was no like standard that I even knew of to try to like no goal to really hit, right? There was no reason, there was no one I could look at and say, I want to do what that guy did.
Right.
They existed, I just didn't know about it. So all I knew was to get on here and just tell the truth.
Right.
Just say whatever's on my mind. You know, I get on there and say, I don't give a fuck. Smoke a cigarette.
Right.
And tell people exactly what I think about things.
Right.
You know, and I'm quick to tell everyone, like, I'm not a therapist. You know, I'm not a physician. I'm not any of these things. You know, and so I always preface everything I say with, in my opinion. It's my opinion. This is what I did. This works for me, right? Like, so I don't go to groups and 12 steps and all that sort of shit. I just don't do it. It's not a knock anybody that does.
Right, because everything works differently for other people.
Right? So I'm not ready to tell you not to, but for me, it's picking up that camera. You know, it's coming and doing these shows. It's working with Vaughn. Right. These are the things that keep me where I want to be.
Right.
You know, I enjoy creating. That's my therapy.
So when you were depressed, did you relapse?
No.
You have been able to just stay clean throughout this. So, I mean, because I quit smoking weed every week. I really, really do. Every week I'm like, you know what, I'm putting this shit down. But then I find myself like, I like that feeling. I mean, I know you can't compare the two, but to me, I feel as though a drug is a drug and it can take you anywhere.
I'll tell you a series of drugs that I'm on. Red Bull.
Okay.
Black coffee. L&M cigarettes. And Laurie over there. She's not on camera. But
that woman over there. Hey, that but JJ's the best drug ever. Keeps you right.
You guys can't see it, but she's blushing right now.
Yes.
You can't see it, but she is.
She got that feeling in her stomach when he mentioned that.
That's what I've been up to.
That's what's up.
And having a blast.
That's good. You look very healthy. You look happy. How's Gabby?
Gabby's always awesome.
Yes.
She's always
like
awesome.
That is one of the biggest things that I love the most about you is how you are a father. Like I love
my mama's. We need to get her over here. Give her one of these mics.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my mama.
She has some things to say. She'll be funny.
She said the other day that I was getting on her nerves.
Wait, how old is she now?
2.
Yes.
Still over 2.
Yeah. So she most definitely is getting to the phases of I am a woman, listen to my voice.
Her favorite thing to say is no. It seems to be a common theme. No.
Yeah, because she's 2.
And something she likes, the card she likes to pull in public is don't touch me. Get off me. It hasn't happened yet, but I can imagine that's an interesting conversation starter.
Yes.
Trying to convince somebody like, no, it's my child.
Yes.
Like, it's my baby.
Yes.
Because I'm sure she's going to say
Can
otherwise.
we tell the world that she is a beautiful, biracial, red hair baby girl? Like, she is so cute. And then when you look at Chris, you're like, okay, whose baby did he take? But then you stare at her, you're like, oh my God, that is his daughter. Like her curls. Like, did you find someone to do her hair or is Dad doing her hair?
No, Laura's doing her hair. I don't do her. When you see her hair just completely out natural, I call it the natural look because I have to give it a name. Like I did something.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's really just me doing absolutely
That's what
nothing.
it's called, natural. Yes.
So I'm right about that. So it's
natural,
all natural
curly.
Look. If anybody wants to know how to do it, I'm gonna post a tutorial. And basically, it's just gonna be me talking to you guys because there's nothing to it. Just let her wake up.
Yeah,
that's it. Throw some clothes on her, she'll be all right.
I never see any pictures of her. You like to keep her to yourself?
Yeah, because it's kind of gotten to the point where I'm becoming more and more a public figure.
Yes.
Right. And especially like I did the documentary, right? So my status goes up a bit. After this thing that we can't talk about, my status will go up a bit, right? I just got
he's gonna be a stripper, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm telling now, he's gonna be a stripper.
Just wait on it's gonna happen. I just got hired by James Sweezy, a real big name, motivational speaker, to do his content creating, his video editing and whatnot. So that's a really big move.
That really is. I'm so happy for you.
It's fantastic. Me, him, Amiri King, I believe his name is. It's fantastic. And it's huge.
That's what I want to do. And you know that is be a motivational speaker. So I will be coming to rub elbows with you all the time.
Let's make it happen.
Because he's a very good motivational speaker.
Who?
James, no. What's his
Sweezy?
name? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just got hired by him yesterday.
That is something. Like, how did that happen?
He posted a competition to where he wanted video editors to get into his file, his Google Drive file, take out whatever footage they want, cut a video, and if you liked it, it'll hire you.
Okay.
So I got like 115 messages from the average addict sending me this thing. I didn't see it myself. He sent it to me. So I sent him my email and all that. We ended up on the phone. As soon as we got on the phone, it was a wrap. I was already hired.
Okay.
You know, and so there was no competition.
Okay.
You know, he knew who I was. He saw my work before. But that's what I mean by my name continues to get elevated.
Yes. You know? Yes.
And to me, it's not fair to throw my daughter in that.
Right.
You know, and get her recognized by random people. Like, I get my fair share of very strange people that'll contact me. Like there was a lady was that Brooklyn? She's not paying attention. It's either Brooklyn or the Bronx or something, writing me saying like we're best friends, and she was calling me and
remember the one lady about her daughter. Ooh. Like she was contacting you about her daughter.
Oh yeah.
I hope her daughter ended up fine. But you really actually, as being a public figure, you end up being their confidant. Like
they trust me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They trust me, and sometimes they don't. Certain people, I guess, don't understand. Like, but I don't know you. Like, we never met. You know what I mean? I'm a face on a screen. And
Right,
that's fine.
right,
I'm glad you trust me. And we could conversate, but within certain parameters.
Right.
Right. So I don't want my daughter out somewhere and all of a sudden someone runs.
She would be a model.
She'd love it.
They would literally, the world would love her. They would eat her up. She would end up being like on Jiffy and in boxes of cereals and things like that.
She'd love it.
Right.
She's like, hi.
Yes.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I just don't want to put her in that position. I'd rather wait until she's old enough, and God knows where I'll be at that point. Right. Where she can make a decision if she wants to be in the public eye or not. You know, it's the same thing with Laurie. I'm real leery about it. You know, it's really putting people's faces out there. It's not my place to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's throw you in the limelight. I enjoy it. Other people may not. You know what I mean? So wouldn't be fair to her.
So with Vaughn sitting here, whenever you started, what made you reach out to Chris about his horrible photography he started showing people?
Well, truly, Chris and I, I heard it. We've been buddies for a long time before all of that kind of stuff. When he was in the rap game and stuff, I was doing in our area. I do mostly everybody's covers, all that kind of stuff. So when he was in the rap game, I was always involved with that. I'm an Awaken Entertainment guy. I got a little company called Awaken Entertainment. It's a life coaching type situation. Okay. So I live it all day. Okay. So I don't change. So when I'm shooting photos, we're talking about big stuff. We're not talking about little small stuff. So we just always kind of was hollering, you know what I mean? And so we always keep in touch with each other. Once you love somebody, you love them.
That's very true. And when it's genuine, you can separate from somebody for 5-6 years. And then when you see them again, it's like y'all just separated from one another. Like, oh, this happened yesterday. So that's awesome, you guys.
And so that's how we was. And he been doing some work in Pittsburgh. And me, I don't look at myself as the dope photographer other people do. I'm just V, you know what I mean? Okay. And so he's like, I just reached out because it was dope. I mean, I'm flicking through my page and I'm like, ooh. And I was like, oh, that's great.
And he gets nice different scenes. Like, it's like, oh, that's very random, but that is deep. Like, I like it. So
so it turned into, I was just giving them love, doing what the Jews do. You know what I mean?
I thought he was trying to get girls to get naked for him. You know, most male photographers want naked women. Chris? Yes.
Nah.
Is that what you're doing?
No, me? No, listen.
No bikini photographer here?
TheCarterCollection.com. No, I am a creator, artist. I don't think life is about money, booty, and the rest of that bull crap they live by. Okay. To me, I'm the only boy in the household full of girls, so I look at a woman like a person, a genuine God, like everybody else is. Yes. You know, it's just most people don't want to be gods, and that's the world he lives in. You know what I mean? That, as far as the average addict type thing. Yes. So that's why we get along so well, because I was always trying to untwist some of these twisted people too. And so we just always got along on that basis. But other than just me hitting Chris up and Chris hitting me back, and I'm always up for everything because, and like I said, in my area, I'm the baddest photographer around. Okay. So I'm always looking for some love because I want it. But sometimes when you're at a certain level, they don't mess with you. They don't even try, Okay. And really, I wanted the whole world to be doing something great. Right. And so, we got together and said, okay, we're gonna do this media thing where we can go mobile. Right. And become mobile. I use my iPhone, I use my iPad all the time. I shoot with a Fuji camera, but yet I zoom it down to my iPad. You look through it, and then I fix your photos, and I'm there too. So we're on the same kind of basis. So we just figured we'd get together and conquer the world together for a little while, have some fun, and just see where we can go with it. Yeah, that is awesome. I just wanted to get like your background out so people know where you came from. Why is it that I felt as though you were so special enough to even do the Sunday shoot? I know everyone is noticing now why. And I wanted the world to also know how you guys met and, why are you so important for him to want to bring. You get what I'm saying? So that's awesome. You guys' story. Like, I'm very proud of you. I just wanted to speak a little bit more about the photography. I have a couple questions. Like, when you think of a photographer nowadays, you're thinking like, okay, all you're doing is just taking a picture. I can just take a picture myself. What is it that you do to get your money? Like, you have to stand out
in the game now. So
Yeah.
what is it that is so special about both of you guys' work?
I got answer. We're a lot of it's just in terms of style, right? Certain things are in now, orange and teals, and the way Brandon Wolfel does a lot of his things are in, right? So a lot of it's just style and personal preference. As far as me, I started shooting with the iPhone 6, not the 6S or anything like that, right? So not the greatest phone in the world. Because I didn't have the high-end equipment, I had to dedicate that much more time to learning.
Okay.
You know, the really simple things, you know, like sensor size on the iPhone, you know, how that relates to a DSLR, what do highlights do, shadows, things like that, real fine technical detail. Now that I have the iPhone 10, now the equipment's caught up to the knowledge, right?
Okay.
So a lot of people, not everybody obviously, but a lot of people I see, they kind of look at shooting with the iPhone. A lot of photographers think it's lesser to what they do. And a lot of other people think that the iPhone will just compensate. So they don't really have to learn that much, right? So for me, a lot of the power is in the edit. You know, I learned and I'm still learning as much as I can as far as angles go.
Okay.
You know, composition, rule of thirds, just basic ideas like that to setting up the shot.
Angles, but I got you.
Angles, right? So taking a shot from a lower angle gives the viewer a sense of power. If you're the subject of the shot, right, it makes you seem powerful. That's the message we want to convey.
All my photos are going to be taken that way now.
There we go. See?
So wait, you said from down here?
Angle. Yeah.
So if I hold my phone like this.
There you go.
I look more.
It relates power, shooting it up high. And a lot of this goes into filmmaking, but shooting high is to try to give a sense of you being smaller, you know, lesser.
Oh.
And also it's a good way to make your photos just not suck. Right. We walk around all day seeing everything head on.
Right.
So if I take a shot from a lower angle, it gives you another perspective. Right. So we can look at this bottle one way. But if you see that in a photo, it's boring.
Right.
What if I hit it from down here with the sun coming in at a certain angle?
Oh.
But it's continuously practicing and seeking out that knowledge.
Yes.
Is what gets you that solid shot at the end result. Right. And so I keep getting asked how I edit my photos and could I do tutorials on that? You know, but everything I know, I learned off YouTube.
Right.
YouTube and trial and error. For every 10 photos people see that they like, there's 100 photos that fucking suck.
Right.
So, you know, you got to do those million photos that suck to get to those 10 that are good.
Right.
You know, so it's just a matter of style and knowledge, you know.
I seen that you, and then we're going to get your answer right afterwards. I seen that. I seen that you we're having like a little feud. Someone was saying you were stealing your photos or something. I was like, what the Hello Kitty?
Yeah.
Well, who was that? What happened?
It was an ex that I had made I don't know how much I could talk about it. Yeah.
Why? Because you're going to court for it now?
Yeah, it's a legal case. It was someone I was renting an apartment off of, right?
Oh my.
Yeah. Went to leave and I don't think if I say any names, it don't matter, right? But it basically all my stuff.
I'm saying no names. You're crazy.
Yeah, no, all my equipment got stolen. You know, the whole nine. What happened with the photos? I was asked to come to a photo shoot. Yeah, and so I was shooting with the iPhone. This person was shooting with the camera.
Yeah, I thought y'all was in Beijing or something when I seen your picture.
We're it was just a park.
I was like, yo, this is nice.
No.
She had her little Indian garb on.
Yeah,
I was like, this nigga went to China.
No. But my photos ended up getting used. My photos.
Yeah, they were nice. They were better. The other ones looked dull.
Yeah. So when everything went south, now this person was saying that there were this person's photos and not mine, and that I was taking them. But the weird part was I never posted them as an advertisement, so that was strange, right? You wouldn't even known about them.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think I may have had one little tiny in like a header somewhere.
Right.
But this person made it a big deal. And I didn't even care that they took my shots because I can go outside right now and get the same shots.
Right.
Because I can always do that again. You stole my shots because you can't do what I do.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day. And so that's what it was. I didn't really care.
But
really
is that where some of your inspiration came from to do photography though, by being with a photographer?
No. I never even touched photography until I left that whole situation.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get into photography until Laurie pointed me to the iPhone, and that's when I took. Yeah, if it weren't for her, I swear to God, none of this would have happened. I had an Android. I had no interest in photography.
Right.
Really. We were at the house. I had the 6. The light was coming through this window, and I saw it, and I was like, that'd be a pretty cool picture. And I took it, and that's literally where this entire thing started. You know, I started editing that and just seeing the different things I could do, watching tutorials, and it took off from there.
I know that I would have felt as though you was like, I was like, oh, you want to bite my swag, then leave? Oh, okay. No. I got something for your ass.
No.
So wait, who's suing who in that situation?
I'm suing.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Double high five. No, that was smart. That was smart. That's smart. Yeah. Because that was trying to defoul your name.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering who like took the initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good.
What this person's trying to do is build a name off of mine.
Yes.
So that's why they're doing videos like calling me out by name.
Yes.
You know, which is crazy.
Yes.
But you'll never see a response from me.
Yeah. That's also hurt. I'm a woman. I'm honest. That's hurt. I
don't think so at all.
I hope that it just blows over well for both of you guys. I'm not just going to speak on you. I hope everybody mends that situation, gets over it, and moves on, because to defoul you is not good, because you was always a good person.
Yeah. And that's the problem. And so when everyone sees it, I have hundreds of messages from people, you know, saying like, I don't know what the hell this is, but we don't even care about it. Because everybody knows, you know, at the end of the day. And looking at that person's body of work, you see whose style it is.
Yeah, that picture was dope that you did.
You know what I mean? It's completely different.
I really thought she was in China or something. No. I'm like, where did this come from? Because the way like it looked misty and everything. So that has to do with the editing.
Yeah. And I only made one post about it. There was only one. And the only reason I did that was I was saying that the clients were the victims. Yes. Someone's going to hire this person to do their photos thinking they're going to get that level of work. Yeah. And they're not. Not even close to it.
Depressed. But that's anywho. I just wanted to just shine some light just a little bit on that, because it's like for the people who are going to look you up and happen to see that on there, you don't want everything we talked about to be backtracked. And people always look for that little inkling of asshole. Yeah. So, and that's what they want to go off of. Like, oh, I knew this is too good to be true. Oh, duh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so.
All I tell people is go look at that person's body of work and look at mine. It's very obvious where the shots came from. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day. So it is what it is. They're trying to make a name off of me because it's sheer laziness. You don't want to build your brand. Same way you watched me do. Now you see me do again. You know what I mean? Right. So it's laziness in that.
And you're doing it again. You didn't even just rock out with just the average edits. You wanted more. So that's what's up. You're very driven. I really respect that. I want to ask Vaughn, like, what is your technique that Chris does the angles? He said he feels as though his angles is what makes his picture stand out from most. What is your personal technique?
I would say what would make me my eye. I've always been me. I've always had another drum. I never was any like any of my friends. I didn't care. I was cool with it. If I was the only one on the other side of the room standing up saying, this is what I believe in, and everybody went to the other side, I'm still over there.
Right.
And so I never left my vision. And my vision is always in the editing. Because I can shoot a dope picture. That's still doper than a lot of other people's pictures. But once I put the magic on it, I changed the whole game. And in my life, I'm the dude who you throw on the football field just because you know you need to score. You know what I mean? I'm the dude who I'm all about wanting to score. If you're gonna put 5 pictures out there and you need somebody to I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
That's how I look at my photos. It's not that,
So it's in your editing that you're saying, okay. So your editing makes your pictures
unique.
Yes, I like that.
And make them stand out. And if you know how to edit, like Chris had mentioned about perspectives as far as the strength. Like if you look down on your kids, what do you think they see? They see you looking down on them. Yeah. But if you go down to their level and speak to them in their eye, it's a whole different look.
Yeah, it is.
It's the same thing with photography. Yeah. So as long as you can change your perspectives along with your editing, you'll have creative genius. You'll be able to be great like you want to. A lot of people always want to know, the field's filling up and there's too many. Man, you go out there and be unique and don't care with nobody else and stop following these other people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Stop
following and you'll get followers.
Yeah, I don't believe in the following thing. I believe in sharing. You know what I mean? If I see something that another photographer does that I love, I'm gonna share it.
Yep,
you know what I mean?
Yep.
But that's only what we do as creators. That's why it's out there. But you don't do everything. These cats, they wear the whole mannequin outfit when they go out. You know what I mean? Because they don't know how to even get a new belt.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So as long as you stay original, as long as you edit well, as long as you, I would say, stay current. At least see what's out there. I mean, there's new hot kids popping every day.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see what they might be popping on.
Right,
they
right,
might flip the lens backwards, and hey, that might be what you need right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's always switching up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with you with asking, before we start ending this off, what, as far as your type of photos, do you like more caught off guard? Me personally, I love I'm not paying attention picture.
I understand.
Or do you like more of a
I'm
pose?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm
so
posed.
do you? Oh,
I want
you
to
like
see
that pose?
I want to see
Did you hear that?
the Vanity Fair. I want to shoot the Vanity Fair photo where everybody's in these elegant, pimped out king, chairs and all this and everybody.
I like that. I
love that. That's what.
So
I want
you are the type that would tell them how to pose and things like that. See, a natural pose for me, you would have to tell me what to do. I am more of a, oh, she's pretty in person. Like my natural pose face is ass. Like I don't do well with it. I like to get caught off guard.
Well, it's really about intention.
Okay.
If you intend to squint your eyes and look your best, you will look it.
Okay.
But if you're just standing there and think it's just supposed to come, it's not going to work. We're gods.
It's like the concentration makes it worse for me. If I concentrate too much to have the sexy face, it turns out into the slow face. Like
I can understand that, because a lot of times it's the thinking that kills us all the time.
Yeah,
we just have to be. You have to be. You have to exude it and nothing else. When we think about it, we're wondering if we're looking that well.
Okay.
Just look that well.
I like to have
Just look it.
more assessment than you just did.
Yes, I was like, oh, he did that. I didn't want to call it. Yes.
I saw that.
But see, I like that look though. That's my favorite picture.
Your person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're all characters. I mean, you're really that person inside that just really wants to pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
We're all introverted, truthfully. You know what I mean?
Right. That's
so we're
very
just
true.
the payer attention of of what's going on.
Right.
And so we have to be a character just to be yourself.
That's true. I like that.
You know what I mean? So
we
be
have
another
to be
character.
a character just to be yourself.
Yeah, because this Vaughn that I've created is just one that I thought I
Hashtag
wanted.
Vaughn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I'm
this
using
is the
that.
I like, and that's the one I wrote.
Yeah, no, real talk. I like that. Yeah, you have to be the character. Wait, say it one more time.
I don't even know what I said.
Ain't that about a bloom?
Thank
Thank God we recording this.
We're all one. It came through consciousness. But
I want your. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything. Go ahead. I'd like to hear your voice. Go ahead.
Thanks.
I'm on your show. I gotta say that. This is the best show around.
Yes.
I'm on it.
And he ain't lying. How about that?
Yeah, best show around.
But no. So, Chris, just before we leave, what is your do you like to take off guard pictures, or do you like for a person to pose?
Yeah, I don't even want you to know I have a camera.
Yeah.
It's so every photo shoot I've done so far, especially up here in the city, it's going the same way. We meet somewhere, maybe we speak briefly about what it is you're looking for, and then we take a walk. We take a walk, we find places, and the other day, it was a girl named Layla, fantastic artist. She goes to school here. We found some green chairs that match perfectly with her skin complexion and with what she had on. Okay. And those are the shots I posted recently at Instagram.com/CT9mobilemedia. And it came out fantastic. So I like the darker images. I like the faded images, and I like the ones that look natural. And that's all I ever say. Like, however you sit in that chair, sit in that chair. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I want you to do me and my kids, but I want them to be, I like the answer that you give, that you like more caught off guard. I want it to be us just being us outside. Yeah. And we're characters.
Yeah. And that's the type of work I like, because I try to tell a story with each image. Yes. You know what I mean? With each shot. So that's exactly what I would do. Whatever you have going on, if it's a party or whatever the case is, how can I embody that idea visually, in one photo? You know what I mean? And that's what interests me the most about photography. So whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
That's awesome. Well, be looking forward to them pictures. Chris already shouted itself out, but I'm going to give him one more time to do it again.
So that's facebook.com/theaverageaddicts or instagram.com/CTNightMobileMedia.
Yes. Now, Vaughn.
I practiced that in the mirror.
No, seriously. You got to understand. It's real. You got to. For real.
It's thecartercollection.com is my website. Darrell Carter on Facebook and The Carter Collection on Instagram. And that's DERRELL Carter.
Where did the V come from then?
My name is Darrell Devon Carter.
Oh, I got it.
And Vaughn is capital D-O-N.
And Carter's your last name. Okay, all right.
He one-upped me with the .com.
Okay. He did.
I should have told it. Should have told a damn lie. Wix.com/CTNight/AngelFire/Yahoo.
We need to shout out the Average Addicts. I'm so proud of you with that. Shout them out with that.
Average Addicts. Yeah,
well, my people need to know Average Addict. If someone that is going through any type of addiction that needs someone to lean on, I mean, he's not going to come to your house and dance for you, but he will be there to support you.
Unless you're local.
He will support you. So go ahead. Can you tell them how to get in touch with?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're dealing with addiction, if you know anyone is dealing with addiction or anything involving addiction, whether it's dealing or not dealing or whatever, check me out, facebook.com/theaverageaddicts. I have a vlog that I'm working on now. You'll see a lot more of this guy's face. Basically just take you through my day, tell you what I learned, and more or less it's an open discussion, whether it's the vlog or whether it's my lives. It's an open discussion, nothing but honesty. If you don't like cursing, probably go check somebody else out. If you don't like cigarettes, probably go check somebody else out. If you don't mind either of those things, come check me out.
Yes, that's awesome. So before I end, I want everybody to know, what I got from our interview is keep pushing. No matter what you stumble upon, no matter what it is that you're going through, if you keep hurdling over, you're going to win that race. The only person you're in competition with is yourself. You don't even take heed to competing with anyone else. You just want to be a better Chris than what you were yesterday. So with that being said, everybody, I love you guys. Again, this is Danielle Moore on Sunday. Catch me again on Wednesday with Women Wednesday. This is Grandma Worldwide. You also know that if you can get that app, make sure you get that app on GMWW Worldwide Radio. Did I say it right? Look, I'm going to read it right here because I can't play. It's not the right one. Well, guess what? If you are a very, very valued viewer, you know that Android is Grandma Worldwide Radio. Get that app, and Apple is GMWW Radio. Make sure you get that. YouTube, Grandma Worldwide Radio for Danielle Moore Show. But there's also other awesome shows on there too, but I'm talking about me right now. So make sure you get that. And also check me out on Facebook. That is Danielle Moore. Also check me out on Instagram. I'm Danielle.Iris because that is who I am. So Chris, thank you so much. And we're going to end. Don't worry. You ready?
Be happy.
Yes. Yes. Love you guys so much. Be great. You're my brother for that. I always say that. What? Mook, that's my brother. You know it.